Hi guys, welcome back to Pyro versus YouTube channel where curiosity meets the code. Today we'll be discussing about how to get the library's information in entire Python using a GUI window. But before that, we'll be checking the packages pre-installed in my system. So the first command that I'm going to execute in command prompt is pip list, where you can see all the packages with the versions so it can give a look about what package is what version and update it accordingly. So you can take a look onto your packages. If not installed, please do install it. You can just Google how to install and there will be a command for that to execute in command prompt. Another command to check for all these is pip freeze, which gives a similar output where packages with the version will be mentioned. So let's get started with the code. Starting with, you can see we have imported all the libraries which are necessary, which includes Tkinter, which is the basics for GUI. And from Tkinter, we have message box to display the message boxes in the GUI. And also we have util and pkg util. So these modules are used for dynamically importing and inspecting modules. So moving on. Firstly, we have a function to show info, and then we have a window, the GUI window, starting with a function called show info. So you can see show info. Firstly, it defines a function named show info, which retrieves and display information about specified Python library. And we have library name is equal to entry.get. It retrieves the library name entered by the user from the enter widget, and we have a if not loop where if not live name message box show error. Please enter the library name. Checks if the user has entered a library name. If not, it displays an error message using the message box dot show error. And then in the try module, we have module info is equal to import util find spec library name. This attempts to find the information about the specified library using import library dot util find spec. This function returns none if the library is not found. And then we have the if module info. It checks if the information about the library was found. That means there is no none in return. And if it is found, module is equal to import library dot import module live name. This imports the specified library using import live dot import module. And we have info is equal to module dot doc or no information available. This retrieves the documentation string, which is the doc in the doc format of the import module. If no documentation is available, it sets the info variable to no information available. And then we have message box show library information. It's going to print the library information, a comma followed with the info which is in return from the other above loop function. If there is no function in return, we print in the else format. You can see we print an error, library not found. And for the exception loop, we have except exception as E. Again, we are printing an error message, error retrieving the information. If there is a any kind of disturbance in this particular process, it prints error in retrieving the information. Moving on to create the main window. As usual, firstly, we have root is equal to tk, which creates the main tkinter window. And then we have given the root.title as Python library information. This sets the title of the window, and we have label is equal to tk.label root text enter library name and label.pack. This creates a label widget with the text enter library name and adds it to the main window. And we have entry is equal to tk.entry root and entry.pack. Again, it creates an entry widget for the users to input the library name and adds it to the main window. Again, we have to have a button called show info. So here we're creating a button is equal to tk.button and the text should be show info and then button dot pack. This creates a button widget labeled show info, which when clicked calls the show info function. The button is added to the main window, and we have root dot main loop. This starts the Tkinter event loop, which listens for the user interaction and updates the GUI accordingly. Let's quickly see the output of the program. So as usual, I'm going to go where the program is stored, copy the name of the program, go to command prompt in the same window and Python space file name dot py. So you can see there is an entry library name and a widget to enter the library name. So let me enter Tkinter and show info. You can see the entire information about the Tkinter, the example, the whatever the gadgets that are provided, everything is being displayed. So each and every library information will be available to you in the form of GUI. Thank you so much for watching. If you have learned something from this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.